so much for coming out to the historic East End neighborhood. And I especially want to welcome so many neighbors who have joined us. Thank you. First, I want to recognize the council members who are here. Uh, and we have Councilmember James Brown with us, Councilmember Tana Fogel with us this morning, and are there other? Maybe I missed someone. All right, we're good. Also joining us is Timothy Johnson, President and Chief Executive Officer of the United Way of the Bluegrass, and Chris Ford, my Commissioner of General Services. And I want to say right here, Chris has worked so hard on this project. He has kept it on track, loving it all the way through, and I want to give a big round of applause to Chris. We also have with us Representative George Brown. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm here today to officially turn over the keys to the historic Palmer Building to the United Way of the Bluegrass. This building made history in the 1960s when it was home to the only pharmacy in town owned by an African American. The pharmacy was owned by Dr. Zerl Palmer, who was a civic leader and a pioneer. It made history when the Catholic Action Center operated a day shelter here, caring for people who were homeless. And now it is poised to make history again, as it finds new life as a United Way Waypoint Center, the Marksberry Family Waypoint Center. This is a really important step forward for our community, and it's a great way to celebrate Black History Month. This Waypoint Center will provide important services to this neighborhood. Timothy Johnson is here from the United Way of the Bluegrass to tell us more about the Waypoint Center and exactly what kinds of things it will do. Timothy, welcome.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And we'd like to welcome you to the newest home for the United Way of the Bluegrass's Waypoint Initiative in the East End community, the Marksberry Family Waypoint Center at the historic Palmer Pharmacy. This is truly a great day in Lexington. Yes, I think that deserves some applause. This is truly a great day in Lexington and for the East End. We're happy to come and have you here today, but we'll be even more thrilled to have you come back later this year for the ribbon cutting ceremony and when construction has been complete and we're ready to have the official launch of this important center. So for those of you all who are not familiar with Waypoint, it is an initiative of United Way of the Bluegrass with an objective of creating access points for individuals and families and providing vital services to people living in underserved communities, often communities of color. As its names denote, when thinking of mapping and mapping imagery, your waypoint isn't your destination. It's a stopping place. It's a place for you to gather yourself, a place to gather resources, gain your second win in order to aid you of getting to your destination, wherever and however you define that to be. United Way to Bluegrass and the Lexington Fayette Urban County government has been working together to find a way to breathe new life into the space for the last couple of years. This has pretty much been a labor of love throughout my entire tenure here at the United Way to Bluegrass. The Palmer Pharmacy has a rich history that we want to ensure stays intact and true to its past as a community resource and jewel of the East End. We're looking forward to watching this space go from an abandoned building to a bustling community resource, a hub with vibrant nonprofit partners and other stakeholders ready to serve our community. I can't think of a better time to receive the keys to this historic landmark than in the midst of Black History Month. At a time where we celebrate the accomplishments of so many distinguished African Americans, we look forward to honoring the legacy of the former owner of this space and adopted son of Lexington, Dr. Zerl Palmer Sr. Dr. Palmer was the third African American pharmacist to practice in Lexington and the first African American to serve on the University of Kentucky's Board of Trustees. He was a proud graduate of two, not one, but two historically black colleges and universities, as well as served his country ably as a soldier in World War II. Dr. Palmer opened his first pharmacy in Lexington in 1951, where he had the distinction of being the first African American to own a Rexall franchise in the United States. He then built this building and opened his second pharmacy in 1962. Dr. Palmer was a true philanthropist, serving through the local branch of the NAACP, the Chamber of Commerce, Planned Parenthood. He was a member of Main Street Baptist Church, where he conducted a healthcare program and part of the Kentucky Human Rights Commission and the Civic Center Board. This is a bad man. He was the first African-American member of the Optimist Club and Big Brothers. He chaired the local United Negro College Fund, helped to organize community action of Lexington, Fayette County, the Hunter Foundation for Healthcare, and was a proud member of Sigma Pi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. As the newest owners of the space, we're honored to carry on this proud legacy of service and engagement. To close out my remarks, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been part of making today a reality. First and foremost, the Marksberry Family Foundation, because without their philanthropy and their long-standing commitment to investing in communities and in Lexington, this project would not have been possible. Mayor Linda Gorton for releasing the RFP and giving United Way an opportunity to compete for the privilege of saving and restoring this piece of Lexington history. Commissioner Chris Ford, a tireless advocate for this project, both as a past 1st District Council member and as well as his subsequent roles as commissioner. Councilmember Brown, who is another tireless advocate and ambassador for the preservation and repurposing of this edifice, both as 1st District Council member and now as council member at large. And last but not least, Councilmember Fogel, and while she may be new to the council, has been a long-standing, strong, and outspoken advocate for the 1st District and all of Lexington. Special thanks to my board members, who many of are here today representing, my exceptional team of professionals at United Way to Bluegrass. You all deserve a hand. They're the ones who helped us get to this milestone here today. So thank you to all of our generous donors, corporate and individuals, who have stepped up and invested in this concept, and for all of you all who will invest in the future in this powerful vehicle for impact and community resilience in the weeks, months, and years to come. We're looking forward to serving our neighbors, the members of our community, through this Waypoint Center, and for many years to come. Please join us in our mission of living united today and every day. Thank you.
Wonderful remarks, Timothy, and I especially know that people appreciated the history of Dr. Palmer and his impact in this community. Next, I'd like to call on Councilmember James Brown. Councilmember Brown is now an at-large council member. However, when we were finalizing these plans for the Waypoint Center, he represented this neighborhood. Councilmember Brown, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for being here today. I think Timothy said it best and hit a lot of the high notes. But what I want to do is just kind of thank a lot of the folks that were involved along the way. We're here again in East End, and over the last couple of years, I made it a point in every press conference that we had, whether we were cutting the ribbon to a trailhead or we were cutting the ribbon to a playground or a splash park, that there is a commitment from the city and all the community partners to continue to invest in this neighborhood. Not for only projects that make us feel good or to look good, but projects that give folks in this neighborhood and this community the opportunity to not only enhance their quality and way of life, but to also improve their way of life. This project is special, and I said last week at a council meeting that it could have been easy to do it could have been convenient for us to do the easy thing and tear this building down and to start over. But thanks to the Bluegrass Trust, folks in this neighborhood, and the people in this community that remember Palmer's Pharmacy and what it meant to this community, for stepping up and saying that we need to protect and pass on this legacy and this history that is Palmer Pharmacy. So thank Bluegrass Trust, thank the folks in this community and this neighborhood. The mayor said it, and Timothy hit on it as well. Commissioner Ford, who is one of my predecessors, was the person in the administration that really kept this project moving and kept it going forward. So thank you, Commissioner, for your work on this project. Thank you, Mayor, for your continued support for this as well. The United Way, I think, is committed to continue to engage the community as they think about this Waypoint Center and what all it can provide to this community. So please accept them, work with them to make this the best center that it could be. And I know we're here today passing on the keys, but really what we're doing, and Commissioner, I'm gonna steal your quote, we're passing on history and we're passing on legacy. So we're gonna charge the United Way, and I think they're up to the challenge to continue to honor Dr. Palmer and what he did to this community and what he did for this community and the legacy and the history that is the Palmer Pharmacy. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Wonderful. That's wonderful. And I remember, Councilmember Brown, you might remember in 2019, when I was a brand new mayor, he brought the Bluegrass Trust to meet with me about this very building. And we didn't know its future at the time, but we did feel like we knew what was the right thing to do. So thank you again. And next, I'd like to welcome our current First District Council member, Tana Fogel. Welcome.
What an honor. As an impacted person that ran around these streets and newly elected official, first of all, let me thank the rest of the council members also that invested in this project. This key to me is a symbolic system that stands for opening a new door. We are opening a new chapter. This community is riddled with devastation and loss and brokenness. And now we have a new opportunity.
Take your time, honey. Take your time.
To invest in our youth, to eliminate gun violence, because the projects that are going to go in this building, because of Waypoint, because of the United Way, because of so many folks who are investing, and now we get to invest in our future also.
Yes.
What a bright moment this is. I am so honored to represent First District and to come behind someone great as Commissioner Ford and Councilmember Brown, who has represented this district. All lives matter, but Black lives matter. And we are in a section of history.
Yes, we are, honey.
Thank you. Thank you for a bright and new future. Community, here we come.
That's right, girl.
Ooh-wee. Wonderful remarks. Wonderful. I do want to tell you another little bit of history, because in addition to investing in this building, this city has made quite a few investments in the East End neighborhood in recent years. New facilities at Charles Young Park, and more to come with a splash pad opening this summer. Yes, finally. There will be a new piece of art at Isaac Murphy Memorial Art Garden. We've just installed new climbing boulders and revitalized Northeastern Park. And coming soon, we will have a new Head Start facility and more affordable housing. So we look forward to this new Waypoint Center and the services it will bring to this neighborhood. Now, it is time for me to hand over the ceremonial keys to Timothy Johnson. So if you will join me, believe me, these are ceremonial. And this really, I think, represents, someone said it, I don't know if it was you, Timothy, or Councilmember Brown or Councilmember Fogel. This does represent a new bridge and a new passing of the keys for new services for the neighborhoods. This is for the people. Absolutely. So, he's got to figure out when it opens, but here it is. And there are two of them, so in case he loses one.
Front door, back door.
I don't think they fit on my keychain.
He's going to put them on his keychain.
No, maybe not.
Congratulations and thank you for your commitment.
Woo!
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank you.
Thank you all so much.